Welcome everyone, this is Gaia. Today I'm going to guide you through a short mini lecture about the practice of smudging. But before to begin, let's take a moment to get grounded together. So I'm sitting with my legs crossed on the floor, but feel free to choose any comfortable seated position that you like. You can also sit on a chair or on your bed. Let's begin finding, the verticality of the spine. So rooting down through the seat bones and lifting up through the crown of the head. Shoulders are relaxing down away from your ears. Keep the front of your ribs in to stabilize the back of your torso, shoulders in line with the hips, head above your heart, chin parallel with the floor and slightly tucked in towards the hollow of the neck to maintain the back of the neck long and happy. Relax your hands comfortably on your thighs. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth open. If you feel confident at the end of the exhalation, gently close the eyes and begin to draw your attention inwards. If you prefer, you can instead keep the eyes open with a soft gaze, looking somewhere in front of you. So the eyes can be open, but the gaze is still inward. Let's take the next few moments to fully arrive into the present moment, not only with the body, the physical body is always into the present moment, but also with the mind that is most of the time somewhere else. Let's use the breath to bring body and mind back together into the present moment. So keep breathing naturally, in and out through the nose. In and out through the body, and simply notice the expansion and the contraction of the body through every breath. As you inhale, expanding the lungs, the rib cage, the whole body. And as you exhale gently, ground yourself down through your foundation, through those parts of your body that are in contact with the floor, with the chair, or with your bed. Keep breathing naturally with awareness. And from that space of inner awareness and deep connection, to the next inhalation, let's join the palms together at the front of the heart in Anjali Mudra, pressing the thumbs against the chest. Keep lifting up to the crown of the head. Let's take a moment to reconnect to our energetic center that is called Anahata Chakra. At the middle of the chest is not our physical heart, but it's our energetic heart. Tuning at the same time to Sahasrara Chakra, the crown of the head, before we begin our consecration, through which we offer the fruits of this short lecture today to something higher than ourselves. Can be Mother Nature, or maybe Shiva, maybe God. Can be anything you relate as a divine. So please begin in your own words. And that we'll do slowly through the power of the next exhalation. Releasing the hands first, and then open the eyes. Welcome back. Let's begin our mini lecture about smudging. Sacred smoke created from burning medicinal or sacred plants is an aspect of many cultures and religions all around the world. In North America, it is a practice common to indigenous peoples and is called smudging. Smudging is traditionally a ceremony for purifying or cleansing the soul of the negative thoughts of a person or place. There are 4 elements involved in a smudge. The container, traditionally a shell, representing water, is the first element. The 4 sacred plants, Cedar, sage, sweetgrass, tobacco, gifts from Mother Earth, represent instead the second element. The fire produced from lighting the sacred plants represents instead the third element. The smoke produced from the fire represents air, the fourth element. During a smudge, plant leaves or stems are placed in the container and in it, preferably with a wooden match. So the flames are then gently blown out, and the smoke, which heals the mind, heart, and body, is wafted over the person, either by hand or with an eagle feather. The person being smudged pulls the smoke to, them and gently inhales the smoke. The ashes traditionally are returned to Mother Earth by, disposing them outside on a bare soil. It is believed that the negative thoughts and feelings have been absorbed by the ashes. A person can smudge themselves, or someone can lead a smudge by, holding the container and directing the smoke over others. Smudging is also used to clear negative energy from rooms and homes. So smudging is a way to energetically cleanse a space to invite positive energy. The smoke fills and purifies the environment. Smudging rituals are a beautiful technique to clear a space. This can be done annually or more often. It's especially powerful to perform a space clearing when you first move into a home or on the Lunar New Year. This is just an example. So if you are smudging your house because you recently moved there and want to make sure it is cleansed for your family, you can introduce a positive affirmation or intention. You can say something like, I send all negative energies away to the light and welcome positivity and love into my new home. This is just an example. You can be creative in that sense. So set your intention and repeat mantra. Intentions are central to the practice of smudging. So take a moment before you light the sage to decide what exactly is that you are trying to purify or release from your space. Then decide on a mantra or prayer to repeat while saying that encapsulates this intention. It can be something you come up with on your own. I use a lot the Ganesha mantra. Ganesha is the elephant god that removes the obstacles and promotes prosperity and good luck. It's very good when you start a new project, a new adventure, or a new job, but can be also a positive affirmation. So choose something valid, that you feel valid within your heart. So if you are interested in saging yourself, you can do it easily. So you can stand in the shape of a T with your legs slightly spread, then keeping the sage stick at an arm length distance away from you. Work your way up from your feet and repeat your mantra, either internally or aloud as you go, envisioning the smoke is clearing you of any negativity. So, for smudging, probably white sage is the most common and popular herb for smudging. It is associated with purity and has a strong and heavy presence. It's definitely useful for when you need a major space cleansing, but you can also use cedar, rosemary, lavender, rose, sweetgrass, tobacco, and many other herbs. Before you begin the smudging, Allow enough space and time for the ritual so you don't feel rushed. If possible, meditate for a few minutes just to calm your mind and heart. If anyone else is present during, this smudging ceremony, you can include them in the ritual for sure. Prepare some other space clearing tools that they can use while you are smudging. For instance, they can work with sound and ring bells. Remember, when performing a space clearing, intention is key. So before you start, take some time to contemplate what your wishes are for your home, family, and for yourself. When you clear your house, there is a vacuum that's created. You want to welcome your intentions into the newly cleared and open space. As the smoke ascends, our wishes and intentions rise and mingle into the universe, connecting heaven, earth, and humanity. Smoke offerings are found in Buddhist, indigenous practices in the US, and many other spiritual religions. The smoke ceremony creates transformation and blesses a space and the people that are in that space. So gather your materials is another point before you begin. Before you begin, take time to gather your materials. The mindfulness of a smoke ritual begins when you collect your supplies. So practice this with ease and care. Do your best to slow down and not rush through this first step. Keep the ritual materials sacred by using them only for space clearing. You can store your other materials on your altar, your shrine. Candle and matches are also an important part of the ritual. So it's recommended to have a candle nearby to relight the smudge stick during the smudging ceremony. Matches, very good, or even a lighter is used to light the candle, and you will light the smudge stick with the candle flame. So another element for the ritual, it's a fireproof container. It's very important, like a small clay ball to hold underneath the smudge stick to catch any ashes. Indigenous people traditionally use an abalone shell for this, bringing in a water element. I recommend you use a container such a bowl or a plate that you love and you only use for smudging ceremonies. To conclude the ritual, a bowl of sand is a must. It is used to properly extinguish the smudge stick safely after the ritual is complete. You can also use a bit of water instead of sand in your bowl. Last but not least, just remind the practice of burning sage is sacred in many communities and deserves our respect. The ancient practice of burning dried sage or dried herbs for cleansing has roots in Native American tradition. Shamans burn sage over a fire to cleanse people of negativity and promote healing, wisdom, and longevity. It's something we should always be doing with intention, reverence, and deep gratitude to those who did it before us. So, I'm gonna leave you here for today. Try this simple and very powerful ritual and let us know how it goes. See you soon. Namaste.